Got a new album out today. It's called Loose Cannon. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you guys.
So I was looking at your Instagram story. You have a bunch of chickens at the house now?
Oh, yeah. We have 8 of them.
So did you build the chicken coop type? Where is that thing?
Yeah, I did. We did. I had a guy kind of help us with it, but I needed a large home for these chickens. You know, they're world-class champion chickens. Got them at the co-op, the Tractor Supply.
Okay, so got it.
I wanted to make sure that they were living their life, and so I got them a nice coop. It's a little nicer than probably a coop, but they just started laying eggs. So,
how long do you have them before the eggs start to lay? Since you don't really know their age,
right?
Well, we got Eller, our dog. We didn't really know how old she was.
When did he start laying eggs?
Well, she didn't lay eggs, and she's a dog, so none. But we didn't really know how old. So chickens, you definitely don't know.
Chickens, you definitely don't know. We didn't even know which ones were going to be hens and which ones were roosters. Pearl just picked them out based off of, their cuteness at the time. And it turned out to be 5 of them were roosters, and 3 of them were hens.
So does that mean that the 3 hens have 5 boyfriends to switch from? Like, are they all mating, but now it's 5 on 3?
That's a great question. I'm not into that kind of thing.
Well, because if it were like 6 on 2, that'd be even worse. But 4 on 4 would have been nice.
But one of the hens, the back of her head has been pecked out. So yes.
Dead?
So no, she's the one that's been laying the eggs too.
So just her little feathers are gone?
Yes, which at first I thought, because I do a lot of research on these chickens these days, that they're so-called like about this time of their age, they start molting for the first time.
Shedding.
And right.
Oh, Amy that's what she did in college.
You raised chickens?
No, she did Texas A&M.
Well, I have an ag degree from Texas A&M.
Okay.
But also I love birds. So.
You do?
And birds that visit my feeder.
Birds aren't even real.
Exactly.
What?
They're not. Didn't you not know that?
What?
Birds aren't real.
I don't know. Shut up. Okay.
No, they're not. They were here. They were planted here by the government years ago.
So I have a cardinal that would visit me, and he looked like he'd been in a fight. And a
cardinal?
A cardinal was missing all his feathers. He looked like he'd been beaten up in a fight. And I researched it, molting.
Right.
He's molting.
Speaking of cardinals, I have a fond appreciation for cardinals. Since the time I was a child, my mom always told me, a lot of people probably know this, but like a cardinal can be like a sign of someone from your previous life.
She thinks her mom's a cardinal. Her mom died. She thinks her mom's a cardinal.
Hey, so my best friend growing up, she was my dad's best friend, but she was like another mother to me. Her name was Pearl. And the day she passed away, I was leaving the hospital, and like this cardinal wouldn't, I would see it everywhere. I swear it was the same cardinal. And to this day, every day I'll see like a cardinal somewhere. I feel like it's Pearl. And then my little girl, Pearl, I feel like that's, but anyways, we started talking about chickens and cardinals.
Well, no, I wasn't even making a joke about Amy. Like, she really.
So I guess birds are real.
Her mom.
Yeah, no, the morning my mom passed away, she was in hospice care, but at my sister's house. And my sister, it was in her bedroom, set it all up, and there's this window by this tree. And after my mom had passed away, this cardinal came to visit right there. And my sister and I were like, oh, well. And so ever since that moment, I mean, obviously, that people have said that forever.
Right.
But then for us, anytime we see
like solidifies it, yeah.
a cardinal, and then my dad's a Blue Jay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only cardinal I like is Jim Edmonds, maybe Ozzie Smith. Other than that, all good.
What kind of bird do you think you'll be when you come back?
Eagle.
Nice.
Why not?
Can I hear your screech, like your best one? You can't be an eagle if you don't have a screech. That's pretty good.
That's like a crow.
Yeah.
But all right. Yeah.
You know what?
You guys think you're critics?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Look,
You
everybody.
mean Wahali? That's what you would be?
Take a
An
break.
eagle?
Let's all take a break. Jake Owen is here. He's got a record out today, On the Boat Again. We'll talk about that in just a second as far as all the songs. But we're going to play the single right now, On the Boat Again, which it is just the best song. It is possibly the best summer song in 5 years. It's that good.
Wow, I really appreciate that.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
Well, thank you. I retweeted a very hateful post yesterday that I read about the song. People were like, "Hate it. You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it," and I think that's why I like it.
It's kind of so good.
It's awesome.
Yes.
What are people talking about?
Because it's rooted in an awesome song that has stood the test of time, and then you have made it your own because of who you are. It makes sense for you.
Yeah, it feels good to me. I wasn't sweating it. I'm just doing what I do, and from the time I was a kid.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I've been on boats, and so I love Willie Nelson too, and it's a nice marriage of both worlds. So thanks for playing it. Thanks for saying that.
Why so long on a new record?
I think that's a great question. I've made a lot of music. I've been touring a lot. You know, the 2020 thing was kind of a bit weird for everyone, and so that was take that year out of it. So it's been 3 years since I put out a record. I don't know. I think I've just been doing other things.
I hear you, man. Me too.
To be real with you,
just doing some stuff here, chilling, right, guys?
Yep.
Just hanging out.
No, I mean I've been
But it's
touring
like-
just as much as I always have.
I hear you.
but-
It's just frustrating for like fans, like myself, big fan, that we're like, give us some more.
I'm gonna start giving people a lot more music, and I'm gonna give people a lot different sides of kind of who I am as far as like just an artist. I feel like I have never really been able to do that, and that's been a big goal of mine is to put out as much music as possible. But you know, I'm lucky that few years back I switched labels and went to Big Loud, and they've really helped to amplify a lot of things in my career. But at the same time, too. Sometimes it's hard. You know, you can be throttled as an artist. All of us as artists, we all want to put out as much stuff as possible at any given time. And then you've got people that are like, nope, not yet. And so you got to play that game too. So I'm excited to get some more music out. But this record that's coming out has a lot of songs on it. So
Do your Mount Rushmore of musical influences.
Okay.
Four influences on who you are musically as an artist now. Who would you put on that?
I could tell you like who I enjoy. I don't know like if it's who I am.
You know, you can do whatever. I mean, it could be whomever.
I love Alan Jackson.
Okay.
I just from the time I was a kid, and I don't think anybody would tell you that my music sounds like Alan Jackson. But I've always loved the simplicity and the songwriting of his songs. I love the way that it's made you like even Chattahoochee to me was like a summer fun song that I always just even still go back to. So Alan Jackson would definitely be on my Mount Rushmore of country music. And it doesn't even necessarily need to be country music. I love Van Halen.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be country music. It's just it all. Yeah.
So I love Van Halen. You could catch me on any given day listening to a Van Halen song, but I will also have listened to a
Chattahoochee.
Alan Jackson song. So those are those two. I think the middle ground in between those two would probably be something like the Eagles or James Taylor, something that's like breezy, feels good, it's pleasant to your ear. And then on the backside of going towards the Alan Jackson side of things, I would go back towards like a Don Williams, like a which is really a goal of mine to put out that type of record sometime soon. And then
Well, that's four.
that's 4, yeah. And then my final one would
No,
probably
there's only
There's
four.
only four.
And you've actually done 5 there. You already kind of cheated the system.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even get into hip hop.
That's
yet.
what I was going to say. You did leave that out, but I guess you don't get it. No hip hop.
It's okay.
Who
I
would
mean,
you have
I
put?
love hip hop, but like I think I could live on an island for the rest of my life and not hear that kind of like I would take the Van Halen, the Don Williams.
You're a big hip hop. I am too. We're both big hip hop fans. I was surprised. Who would you put? Let's say you get to add one more hip hop.
And I could add hip hop?
Yeah.
Outkast. That
Yeah.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music album.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it kind of put Atlanta on the map
They did.
for hip hop.
1996.
There are a lot of songs on the record. We keep doing this. We do it behind the music Outkast.
Cool.
16 songs. So the reasons that records are getting longer is why did you put out so many songs in your mind?
Because it's been a long time since I put out music, and I just felt like if I'm going to put music out, and as you've seen a lot of artists lately, I don't necessarily agree. I'll be honest with you. I don't necessarily agree that putting more songs on an album is better. I actually think it could be worse.
I think it could be worse for the listener. However, if you put a whole bunch, the likelihood of some of them sticking, I do see that. Like
I just don't think I genuinely believe like I don't care how good an artist you are. Like all these artists that I told you that I love, I don't want to listen to a 30-song album.
agree.
Like I don't.
But maybe there are 5 songs out of the 30 that you do end up loving, just a numbers game.
Totally. But I think like I think that that you just have to be like I would like to hone in more on quality over quantity. But then again, it's all about just like feeding the beast right now. So I can understand why there's a effort to put out as much music as possible for sure.
Yeah, it's been due, man.
Yeah, here it is. It's
Here
here.
it is.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here, y'all.
Jake's album is out now. It is called Loose Cannon. We're going to come back with Jake one more time in just a second. Of all, because you have 10 number ones here, which one to you, because I'm going to play whatever your answer is here, which one of all those number ones were you most surprised that it was the hit it was? Not that it wasn't good. Maybe you thought, I love this song so much, I just don't see it being a hit. It could be for any reason. Of all of your number ones, which one were you like, wow, this is cool. I can't believe this is the number one song. I can answer for you if you don't have one immediately.
I'll gladly take your answer.
I would say it's probably best thing since Backroads, because I think we were having dinner once and you were like, this is a really good song. I love it. It's so catchy. I just didn't expect it to catch on like it did. When it did so fast, because it was like, boom, hit.
Yeah, that was definitely one that was cool. I think "Made for You" for me was I knew that people would gravitate towards that song from a love aspect and a reality of that feeling of having someone in your life that was made for you. But it's also like 4 minutes long.
It's a great song. I mean,
and so to get played on the radio, that's a long song.
That was our
and
wedding
it was
song.
during 2020, and I wasn't touring, so I didn't even know that song was connecting the way it was until 2021. I went out and started playing it for the first time, and it was It had been a number one song while none of us could play. So it was just like when you release a song and you play it on the road and watch it grow and then become a number one. I've been able to do that 9 times previous to that, but that song was like, I'd never played it, but the minute I played it in 2021, it was already a hit. So it was pretty neat. That was an experience that was cool.
We should do that one. I remember calling Jake going, hey, we're going to walk down the aisle to this song at our wedding, but we're going to play it instrumental. We're just going to let you know it's going to be playing, so don't feel like you have to stand up and start singing or anything. It was mostly just like, you're going to hear your own song as we're walking down.
Would that have been weird, though, if during your wedding?
Yes.
I know you didn't tell me to stand up and sing, but I just can't help myself.
He's like, fine.
And the girl's playing the violin, and it's like, water towers for me.
We have uncomfortable questions from our listeners coming up in a second with Jake. The new album, Loose Cannon, is out now. What's the song right now? You've probably spent different seasons with this record as you made it. What's a song right now that you hear and you're like, man, I'm so proud of that one song. I'm going to play everybody one song. What is it on the record?
I think Loose Cannon. That's why I named the album Loose Cannon. It does have a lot of similarities to a song like Made for You. It's about finding the anchor in your life. Like, as long as you're my anchor, baby, I'll be your loose cannon. And I feel like I've kind of been that guy my whole life, and I'm lucky that I have ladies in my life that are my anchors. So that one for sure.
I think we should clarify that Jake's daughter is in the room, and
Well,
he
I
pointed
didn't know
at her.
He wanted me to mention
Oh.
her being here or not.
Oh.
Are you cool?
Yeah. I'm so look.
Pearl, you good?
I am so proud of this kid right here. She's 10 years old. She's here for the summer.
Pull that mic down a little bit too.
All summer she's
the
here
microphone
with
there.
me, hanging out. And
How's it been in town with your dad?
Really fun.
Yeah? What's the best thing about him as a dad? Don't think too
this
hard.
is interesting.
Yeah. The best thing here.
We get to do a lot of fun stuff together.
Yeah. You've kind of been, you've been going to shows since you were tiny, huh? Like, as long, you just remember probably forever just going to shows, right?
Yeah.
And putting the headphones on, and then yeah, I remember seeing pictures of her, you taking her on stage tiny, just protecting her ears.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to be a singer at all? Do you like that life?
A little.
Yeah, can you sing? I'm not gonna ask you to. Don't worry.
She's really good.
She is.
Yeah, she's kind of one of the. She's kind of, in a weird way, I find I see a lot of myself in her from a standpoint of where she gets bored with things. Like, she can get decent at something and then she just wants to move on to the next thing. And I was always like that. But I've encouraged her to just do anything she wants. Like, I'm not going to push anything on her. She just competed in a drive, chip, and putt.
You play golf?
Well, a little. That's what I'm saying. I said to her, I went down to watch her do it. And when I picked her up and I said, have you been practicing, Pearl? This is kind of a big deal. Like, there's going to be, she's like, no, not at all. I was like, you're just going to show up and do it? She's like, yeah, we'll see what happens. And we got there and she did. She showed up. She did pretty good. But the girl that hit before her was the youngest girl to ever try to compete for the U.S. Open women's. She was 9 years old. So,
wow.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. But, Pearl's just, she's doing anything she can.
Well, I'm going to ask you 2 music questions, Pearl, real quick, and then we'll leave you alone here. Your favorite song of your dad's ever, if you had to pick one?
Ooh.
Solo, solo.
Oh, from the new record. What about the song that you're okay if you never hear him play again?
Oh, wow.
Like, he never plays it again, and you're okay. You're like, good, because I've heard it so many times.
Or you just don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere with You, because I've heard it so much.
Yeah.
It's a good one, though. Did you like it at first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a jam. Yeah.
Wow.
I remember you were standing side stage at our show, and she was like, Barefoot Blue Jean Night, Oh my God, I've heard it. You've heard this 10,000 times. Yeah.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, that. The record is out. It is Loose Cannon. It's out today. I do have to do a few uncomfortable questions from our listeners. Here we go. Does anyone call you Joshua?
No, nobody does.
Hilarious story on the Bobbycast. I had no idea this. You didn't. There was like somebody already named your name when you moved here, and you had to pick Jake Owen.
Yeah, well, my
His name's Herbert Sanchez. That's the funny thing about it.
I knew it.
My granddad's name was Jake. I never met him. He's my mom's father, and she always told me how much he loved country music. And so when I moved here, there was Josh Grayson, Josh Turner, and there was another Josh Owen.
That's the crazy part that somebody had your
Jake.
name.
So I took
Your
my granddad.
mom calls you that.
My mom doesn't. I think she'll slip into Jake. She doesn't call me Joshua. She
Josh.
may say Josh.
Yeah, because that's almost like who's she? Huh?
Does anybody ever call you Bob?
No, because that ain't my name.
Whoa.
It's literally not my name. It's not Robert. It's literally Bobby.
Really?
Yeah. Don't ever say it again. I get mad.
He hates it.
That was
There we
awkward.
go. Yeah.
Not really. Not for me. It
No,
wasn't.
it's not
I got fired up about it. I was like, I've got something now.
Nobody ever. Okay, second one. Have you ever taken someone on a tour, don't say who it is, and found out, I don't really like them as much as I do. I thought I would as a person.
That was good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
And,
Like what tour?
no, don't do that.
Nice.
And then finally,
They know. They know.
what do
they
Jake
know.
Owen's tattoos mean? Is there anything you want to mention about your tattoos?
The first one I ever got right here says Pearl right on my wrist, and that was before Pearl was ever even born. It was for my friend I mentioned earlier, Pearl. And I remember when I got it, she was so mad at me. She said, "Why would you do that?" And I said, "Because I'll always have you with me." And I said, "And then if I ever have a little girl, her name will be Pearl, so it'll just be fitting." And it was.
Is your dad cool, Pearl? Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, it kind of gets on your nerves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. All right, cool. All right,
I'm a
look.
good girl dad, though.
Jake's out on the road doing a lot of shows. It's you, and you took Tyler Booth and Dave's Highway, right?
Yeah,
That's a good show. Dave's Highway, they're good, man.
they're great. So is Tyler Booth. He's a good, funny guy. Great music, and I'm excited to get out there.
Yeah, go to jakeowen.net.
Thank y'all.
jakeowen.net. The new record's out today. It is called Loose Cannon. Jake, always great to see you.
Thank
you
you
go
guys.
stream the crap out of it. Save the songs you like and stream them. If you leave the house, leave it streaming at home. He could use the money. He's got chickens to pay for.
That's right.
There he is. Jake Owen, everybody. All right.
It's